First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Set, 280. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Oh, here we go. Oh, bang, 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 bang.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Stafford now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready, 280, hurry. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Stafford on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Stay 50, stay 50. 47's the mark, boy, 47. Check, 47. Hey, watch the screen. Hey, Charlie. Watch the screen.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual play.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
He goes, tap! 180. Seven's the mic. Here we go, here we go.
To throw is Stafford. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Rodgers now on first down. And this is Gabriel on the catch.
You ain't doing nothing.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On first down, Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Lions 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the...
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Detroit. 57 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. Partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
To throw again. Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. And worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes two to tango. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
30. So Mike number one. Hey, team 6. You remember me?
On play action. Now Rodgers. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Check it. 88. Back to one. Hey, high 7. Watch the pass. Here we go. Inside. Watch one. Exit. So Mike's number one. Watch the screen.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure?
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Raheem Mostert with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Back to throw, Stafford. It's caught by Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check Mike 47. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 47's the mic.
Now it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Hey! Alert! Hey! Wahoo! 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
To throw on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
We just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Allen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stafford going right side here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Stafford now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit, in for the score, as his guys are back within a single score. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from getting their kicker.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All day. All day. Hey, easy.
Now Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
50-50. 54 is Mike. Hey, zoom. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Here's Stafford. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? Blue 60. Ready? Hey. Big 20. Boys, 47. Check, 47. Hey, exit. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Don't let him breathe.
On first and 10, Stafford. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
I'm coming for you, son. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. On the ball.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Hey, Charlie. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47. You ain't going nowhere.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10.
Hey, 54. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Watch his head.
Again, it's Stafford. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go four verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like it.
There he goes, right side. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now Mostert. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Zebra!
Throwing again. Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
Five.
Watch 1. Here we go. Here we go.
2. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
He can't hit. He's not going to get me.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Middle. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll go again with Sanders. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing is Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check nickel.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
59! Mike's 47.
Hey, Delta.
47. Bound to lose 1. 47.
Now Stafford. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Mostert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Stepping, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taysom Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Stafford. The Sanders has got it complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Hey, Alpha.
10. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. breaks through the contact. Gets through, and now an opening. Touchdown, Packers! An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Stafford now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to pick.
And that's caught inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on. Yeah, live.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
The connection made. It's Graham. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On the sneak, Rodgers, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Hey, high 7.
47, Mike. 40.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.